Hi, so I am 1 month postpartum. Actually 5 weeks today. So 1 month and 1 week. But yeah, so I am doing great, better than I expected. When I had to go through having a C-section on baby number 3, when I've had 2 vaginal births, it was rough. Needless to say, I was scared, nervous. I mean, I think every human emotion went through my mind when I had to have that happen. I was just like, it was like my nightmare, and ended up being not so bad, which was great. I had a wonderful nurse, a couple nurses that helped me when I was in recovery, and surprisingly, my C-section has been healing up great. After the first 2 weeks of the medication, I didn't even need it anymore. I've been taking it easy. The only thing I've really been lifting is my 2-year-old and my baby and his carrier. And I just recently started really picking up my 3-year-old. Oh my gosh, she's 3. I can't believe I did that. She just turned 3. We just celebrated her 3rd birthday, and I can't believe she's 3. And my baby's here. I feel like time is just flying by. But yeah, so I totally lost my mind. Check of mind is gone. But yeah, recovery from the C-section has been wonderful. I did have a little bit of a scare that I was worried that I might have had an infection like a week ago, because it was just really, really tender and kind of reddish, and I was like, oh, it's the last thing I need is an infection. And so I'm one that I poke and I poke and I poke, because I'm like, when something doesn't feel right, I'm just like, and I was doing some reading up on it, and pretty much what happens is sometimes pus can build up in there, and all they'll do is they'll pretty much either cut it open and squish it out, or they'll just get it out, and then it goes back to regular healing. Well, I was just pushing on it, and the pus came out, and it was disgusting, gross, freaked me out. I was like, sorry for the TMI, by the way. But, hey, postpartum stuff is not always pregnancy and postpartum. There are certain things that are just nasty. And if you're watching this blog, this is the TMI that people don't tend to mention. Like labor and delivery is not fun enough. The joys of bleeding for 4 weeks afterwards, and having an incision that is sore that the first week you could barely move. 3 weeks, sorry. Because the first week you're in the hospital, first week home is horrible, and the second week home you start to feel a little bit better by the end of the week. But it's just like, when I first got home, I could not sleep in my bed. I was like, it hurt so bad to get in my bed. And my bed it's a king size bed, and it's a little bit higher up, but it's a pillow top. It's supposed to be very comfortable, but man, when you have surgery, it is so hard to move. But anyway, it was going from that to being able to move now, being able to pick up my babies. I'm moving around great, so I feel great. It's been a great recovery. It's been a recovery, needless to say, because it wasn't an over the night, oh, I'm better. That would be nice in a fantasy world. No, but that was the biggest scare, was a little bit of the pus that came out. But it's kind of funny because I was like, I'm going to sleep on it. If it's still bad tomorrow, I'm going to call the doctor. Because I'm just one of those, I take forever to do anything when it comes to going to the doctors, when it comes to me. So I was like, I'll wait and see how it is tomorrow. And the swelling, the redness, all of it was gone the next day. Apparently that pus just needed to come out. And it came out, and it's been great ever since. I haven't had any issues. Not really tender. I mean, it's a tiny bit, maybe. If you touch it too hard or something rubs it the wrong way, of course it feels a little tender, but I think that's to be expected. But, you know, first incision, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But, I mean, I feel like I'm feeling great. I should find out, I think it's later this week or next week, I have my final OB appointment, which is yay. So ready for them to say, you can lift things, you can get back to your regular activities and exercise. Because the only thing that stinks about having a child is the weight gain. And I know most people look at me and be like, you don't have anything to worry about, you're skinny, blah, blah, blah. Yes and no. I am 5'1". I am short. Tiny little thing. So I look big at 120. I look bigger at 130. And I just look scary anything over that. Ideally, when I was 19, when I first got pregnant with my first daughter, I was 100 pounds. 100, 105, fluctuating. So after her, I went up to 110, 115-ish. And I was okay with that. I had a little itty-bitty bump and, you know, was tiny again and looked great and was like, yeah, I can do this baby thing. It doesn't do anything to me. Well, then, baby 2 came along in 2010. And I went from 110 to 120, 125 pounds. And I was just like, okay, well, I learned to live with it. I learned to kind of work with clothes and everything and make myself look somewhat skinnier than I was, because my biggest issue was the stomach area, because that's where it expanded. So 120, which I still managed to do good. Now, here I am, baby number 3, my boy. Finally got my boy. But he's just so precious too. But I went from 120, which was my start weight, to 154.5. So 154.5 pounds. And I went into labor at 37 weeks, 4 days. He was 6 pounds, 10 ounces, 19 inches long, which is great. Weighed myself when I got out of the hospital. I think I was, very next week I had dropped like 12 pounds, and then I dropped 12, then it went to like 16, and then to 20 pounds in total within the first 3 weeks, which I was like, yay! Well, I stopped dropping weight at 130. I'm like fluctuating between 130 and 133. And I'm like, I'm breastfeeding. I'm not eating horrible. Granted, I'm not eating as healthy as I was when I was pregnant, because having to be on the diabetic diet, you eat a lot healthier. But, I mean, I've cut back into desserts and stuff, but I'm not doing anything I wouldn't normally do, but I'm hoping that being able to exercise, do sit-ups, do running, be able to do more than what I am able to do right now will help me come down. And like I said, I'm 5'1", so 130 pounds is a lot to me. I cannot fit into my jeans, pre-pregnancy jeans at all. I'm stuck in yoga pants, and I have got to get more breastfeeding shirts and bras because right now I'm living in my tank tops. I have 2 breastfeeding tank tops and one breastfeeding bra that fits comfortably, and I need to get more. That's just the main fact there. I just need to get more because it's driving me crazy. But anyway, I'm ranting. But yeah, that's where I am. I'm at 130 pounds. So I have dropped 24 pounds in total in 5 weeks. So that is good. But I will show you my belly, and I'll show you my incision. And then I'm going to show off baby Ryan a little bit, even though I did a totally different video for him. But I'll show him off because he's just too cute. But here we go. Okay. So I'm wearing black because, of course, black makes you look skinnier. But five weeks postpartum. And it just kind of hangs down over here. See that? These stretch marks are lovely. I am a tiger. Hear her roar. 3 kids. Ugh. Stretch me out enough. But, yeah. So, let's see here. So this is the incision. See this? It doesn't look bad. It's just right on the crease there. So yeah, that's my tummy. 5 weeks postpartum. So 5 weeks. Starting to get ready for me to hit the 6-week marker so I can start working out. So hopefully I can get a flat belly again. But like I said, I'm going to show you off. I'm going to show Ryan off. And that is going to be the end of this video. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like. And y'all have a great day. And look at this little angel. Isn't he just to die for? Oh, just absolutely positively love that little man. Alright, have a good one. Bye.